What's happening, guys? So, you're having a frustrating time with Amius and you don't know why, but it just keeps on going wrong. You keep losing control, you can't get it down, you don't know what's going on. Here is a few tips for you and a few champions and maybe a few different things that are just ruining your runs and you don't even know why or how they're doing it. So we're going to go through a few of these guys, examine what exactly that is, and a few other things that are doing the same thing. Some really good builds that are going to mess you up and not mess Amius up. And you want that the other way around, okay? You want to mess up Amius, you want to be fine, and let's go on with it. So we have all of our champions here in front of us, and we're going to notice something in common with all of these guys. But before we talk about these guys, there's a few champions I want to talk about. If you click that link down there, you're going to get yourself Karato Fox Hunter starting off a new account. You're going to get yourself Uugo, Mausoleum Mage, Rector, Drath, and Tagoar. Tagoar, I can tell you, has saved my bacon in the free-to-play clash at the moment. He is an excellent champion, as is Karato Fox Hunter. They all bring a whole host of buffs and debuffs and different things and different spaces that will really help you out. So check out that link below. 5 free champions, guys. Can't say anything wrong with that. So let's look at all of these people here and see why they're ruining your Amius runs, or potentially ruining your Amius runs. Now, let's check it out. So King Garog here, stun on the A1, attacks one enemy 4 times. Each hit will ignore 20% of the target's defense. Each critical hit has a 50% chance to decrease the cooldown of the Goremaker skill by 1 turn. Okay, Supreme Elhain, an absolutely fantastic nuker, unlike King Garog, who is definitely not, even after all of his buffs, he's not great. So this is a great move, transfers random debuffs from her to Amius or whoever she's attacking, decreases or increases damage by 10% for each debuff on the target, is great. Resets the cooldown of the Crackshot skill if this attack kills an enemy. Now we have Podrick, a fantastic ally attack champion. Fills turn meter by 20%, increased speed, removes all debuffs, ally attack, continuous heal, places buffs on all of your allies, 25% booking to 50% chance of decreasing the cooldown of a random ally's active skill by 2 turns. Now, Incarnate, partner with Arbiter. She has a provoke, she has shields, she has ally protection and strengthen, she has increased accuracy and resets the cooldown of Arbiter's skill when killed. Drain is a great HP burner and HP burn activator, balances HP as well, which also gets true any heal reduction because he's just balancing the HP, so that's really good, and decreases the cooldown of his exalted pyre skill, which is really good as well. So that's fantastic. We have Yumeko, a notorious reset champion, exceptionally good there. Emic, we have survivability in Unkillable, we have taunt, we have shields, shield extension, we have decreased the cooldown of ally skills. So is it becoming apparent to you guys what I am talking about so far? So it is in fact decrease skill cooldown. And if we look at the filter here, that's exactly what I have filtered here. It is decreased skill cooldown. So there are multiple ways that this is going to ruin your Amius run, okay? So just look at all of these champions that have it somewhere in their kit. And that's only the champions that I have, okay? So you may have other champions as well, but some really great champions here have it in their kit and you may not even realize it, like Ninja. So Ninja is one of the best damaging champions for Amius, absolutely. But if you use his Science Slash against bosses, will also decrease the cooldown of the Hailburn skill by 1 turn. So if you use that, Amius becomes more difficult, basically, okay? So if you just stick to the A2 and the A1, Ninja is absolutely perfect, and he's actually a really, really good champion for this. But if you use this, he becomes a really bad champion for Amius, okay? Now, we mentioned all of these guys, and they all have it somewhere in their kit. Elhain is an exception because it's only if she kills somebody, so that's not going to matter against Amius, so that's okay. Cardial, it won't matter because it is only if there is a kill, so against a single target boss, that's alright as well. You can't use Dunelord Gregor, despite him being a great champion, increasing buffs and decreasing enemy buffs, shield and increase attack, increase accuracy. If you have one ally on the team with him, one barbarian, he also decreases the cooldown of all ally skills, so that makes him bad, makes him terrible. And Cora is another great support. Same thing, decreases the cooldown of a random ally skill by 2 turns except this champion on the A1 there. So you have to pay attention and make sure that the champions that you are using do not have that in place when you are fighting Amius. If you look there, Geomancer has it somewhere in his kit. I couldn't even tell you where that is in his kit. I don't know. Let's have a look. Decrease accuracy, removes all buffs, steals all buffs if they're under HP burn, and reduces the cooldown of Quicksand Grasp by 2 turns if the target is killed by this skill while under a HP burn. Okay, so he's okay to use because it's only on a kill, and that doesn't matter against Amius. You're not killing any other enemies there. But look at all of these. Lix has it, Constantine has it, Truitt has it, who's a great champion for your survivability. Nia has it on her heal, and all of these guys up here. So really pay attention to that. Now, so those are just some of the champions, guys, that you can see there that are going to be a problem for you if you bring them into fight Amius, alright? Now, another way in which this could be messing you up, and let's just look at masteries. So this one has none on at all. I haven't built her out properly. But if you have this mastery here, Cycle of Magic, a very common mastery to put in your builds because everywhere else, nearly everywhere else in the game, it's a good thing. The only other place it may not be good is against clan boss because you don't want that breaking a speed tune. So in speed tunes, it's a bad thing. Against Amius, it's a bad thing as well. But in a lot of other places, you want your skills reset to get back to them sooner so as you can get more damage. This here, 5% chance of decrease in cooldown of a random skill by 1 turn at the start of every turn. And again, that can just ruin, even though it's such a small chance, a 5% chance, it just seems to happen way more often than it should, and ruin your run. And we'll talk about why it does as well. We also have this one here, but you have to deal a hell of a lot of damage for that to proc and reduce your cooldown. So watch out for those two. If your run is getting messed up, watch out for those two. Filter and check decrease skill cooldown, and check if any of these champions are in your squad, because they could be doing that to you as well. Now, I have one more tip for you as well, guys, and it is a very important one, and it's about specific builds too, so the equipment that you will use, and it comes up in more places than you'd think. But let's look at Amius and figure out why that will ruin your day, okay? So if we look, I haven't gotten my keys for him yet this time around. Has anybody fought him yet? Some people have actually gotten to him yet, so I've been slacking a bit, guys. But if we look at the boss guide, we check it out here, and I think it is on his passive here. So Robed in Moonlight on Form 1, whenever an enemy decreases a skill's cooldown with an artifact, accessory, mastery, or skill, so any way, shape, or form at all, also decreases the cooldown of Amius's Arcan's Ascendance. Okay, so what does Arcan's Ascendance do? At the start of Amius's turn, places an Eclipse buff on him for 3 turns. This buff cannot be blocked, removed, transferred, spread. The skill will be on a 4-turn cooldown at the start. So he'll start off with it on cooldown. If you do any cooldown reduction, it also brings this closer, and he will transform into Form 2 whenever you bring that down to 0, or whenever enough turns go by. So he'll transform quicker. So you don't want that. Okay, so that's one way. Then look in Form 2, what happens? It becomes even more problematic. Okay, so Scarlet Eclipse, whenever an enemy's cooldown is decreased with an artifact, accessory, mastery, or skill, instantly activates Abyssal Construct skill against a random enemy. So it may not even attack the enemy or your champion who got their skill cooldown. He'll attack a random enemy and he attacks them with Abyssal Construct. Abyssal Construct attacks one enemy 2 times and ignores 100% of the target's defense. That is the biggest problem when you are fighting Amius. Let's move my big massive head out of the way so as you can see better there. So Abyssal Construct is the biggest problem against Amius. That is the one that's going to kill people mostly, because he'll kill them with this. When he kills somebody with this, anybody on your team instantly activates Maniacal Bedlam. Okay, so you're seeing the problem here? You get a skill refresh, it activates this, he gets an instant turn and does this, he gets a kill, gets another instant turn and does this, and this changes all of your buffs into debuffs and places sleep on everybody on your team. So your entire team's asleep, which means he's going to get another turn and attack again. He could use this Abyssal Construct and then all of a sudden it's game over. You're gone, you're done, and you're just like, what? I was winning. What the hell happened there? Why is everybody dead? Why am I looking at the defeated screen? That's why, okay? So never ever bring that skill in against Amius unless you have the ability to not use it, okay? Now, we want to look at a couple of builds that you may not even know are causing you problems with this. And the main one is going to be, let's see if we can find somebody who has it really quick here. Actually, it's on Freya. Yeah, so Merciless is hugely popular on nukers, okay? Really good set. 35% ignore defense on 6 pieces. Has all the speed, crit damage, attack. Also with 4 pieces, 30% chance of decreasing a random skill's cooldown by 1 turn when dealing damage. So do you see why that's a problem? So many times the optimizer, if you're building with the optimizer, it'll spit you out a build with Merciless because Merciless gives you so much in the way of stats and ignore defense. But you can't have 6 pieces without having 4 pieces. And I know I was doing an epic only Amius battle, had my team, had them all kitted out, had amazing stats on them, like, you know, 300 plus crit damage, 7,000 and 8,000 attack, you know, good speed, really happy with everything. And I was pulling out, this is why I'm so grey, guys, look at this, this is why I'm so grey. But I was nearly pulling out my hair because the run kept on failing and I was just like, what is going on? 3 of the attackers had Merciless on them, so there was so much skill refreshing going on that I was losing control of the fight, and Amius was getting all of those extra and instant turns and transforming quicker and all the rest of it, and it just absolutely ruined my runs. So guys, that is it. Reflex set is also a no-no. If you look at reflex set, we have oh, that's back up here. I don't have much of it actually, I don't think. 40% chance to reduce random skill cooldown as well. You can't be having that at all. And I think, does Slayer also have something in that? No, it doesn't. It's just an additional chance of AoE attack, so that's safe. So those are the things, guys. No champion has skill cooldown decrease in their kit. No masteries that decrease skill cooldown. Okay, so she doesn't. Does she have it there? No, it's the other one. So we don't want Cycle of Magic, basically, and we don't want the other one on the offensive tree. We don't want Cycle of Violence. We don't want reflex set. We don't want 4-piece Merciless set. No champions. And also we have to watch out for, something else here. Yes, finally, we have to watch out for our accessories, because you can have, do I have any here? You have the refresh accessories as well, which have a 5% chance to prevent skill cooldown. okay? So watch out for all of those things, guys. If they are in your builds when you're going up against Amius, you are going to have a bad time, all right? So be very careful of that, guys. That is my PSA for the day. Enjoy, guys. I wish you all success in Amius. Guys, if there's anything you'd like to see around Amius, I love the Amius fight. So if there's anything you'd like to see me do around the Amius thing, let me know in the comments, all right? I'll get to it. I'll produce something for you on that. In the meantime, like and subscribe. It helps me out, and that helps me help you. So yeah, let me know below, and I will talk to you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye bye.